Welcome back, everyone, to the Conquer AI Search podcast. I'm Avi.
And I'm Catherine. It's great to be here, Avi.
It really is. And Catherine, it's just incredible looking back at this journey with the AI Monitor team. The response has been, well, frankly, overwhelming.
Absolutely. Hitting over 10,000 subscribers across YouTube and the podcast platforms. It's fantastic. We're so grateful to everyone tuning in.
We really are. And, this episode says number 11 marks the end of season 1 for us.
That's right. We're planning to take a short break, recharge a bit.
But we'll definitely be back stronger than ever for season 2. Now, before we jump into today's topic, maybe a quick recap. We've covered a lot of ground.
A lightning round. Good idea. Let's see. We talked about implementing the llms.txt file.
All right, getting active on Reddit.
Using authoritative citations strategically. That was a big one.
Evolving your SEO playbook beyond the basics.
And why PR is suddenly so crucial for AI visibility.
Readability. Can't forget that secret sauce.
Definitely not. And how to actually create quality content that AI understands and values.
Targeting those long-tail keywords to figure out user prompts.
Which ties right into AIO, artificial intelligence optimization.
And then strategically getting reviews.
And finally, entity optimization. Phew, that was 10.
10 solid strategies.
Yeah.
So for number 11, our final technique for season 1, we're doing something a bit different.
Exactly. Today, we're flipping the script. We're diving into the most critical mistakes organizations are making right now in generative engine optimization, or AIO.
And these aren't small things, are they?
No, not at all. These are fundamental miscalculations. Getting these wrong can mean, well, complete invisibility in AI search, serious damage to your brand's reputation.
And basically throwing away your investment in this new AI-driven world.
Precisely. It's that serious.
Okay, so our mission today for you listening is to give you a shortcut. We want you to be really well informed about these pitfalls.
We've got some surprising facts, some practical insights to help you sidestep these issues.
Think of this as your essential guide to navigating and conquering this new search frontier. Ready to unpack it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the digital landscape. It's fundamentally changed with generative AI, hasn't it? I mean, maybe the biggest shift since the commercial internet started.
I think that's fair to say. It's huge. And this shift has given rise to this whole new field, generative engine optimization, GEO.
Right. So traditional SEO, that was about getting high up on that list of blue links, right? Aiming for the click.
Exactly. GEO. Totally different mindset. It's about optimizing your content, your entire brand, to become the trusted source material that the AI actually uses to build its answer.
It's not just about getting seen. It's about getting used by the AI.
Precisely. You want to be the foundation of the AI's response.
So how does the AI actually process our stuff? It can't just be counting keywords like the old days.
Oh, definitely not. It's way beyond that. AI uses sophisticated natural language processing, NLP. It breaks text down, tags parts of speech, recognizes entities like people or companies.
Okay.
But the really cool part is dependency parsing.
Yeah.
It analyzes sentence structure to grasp the relationships between words. It understands context, nuance.
Which is why just stuffing keywords in feels so clunky and just doesn't work.
Exactly. The AI sees right through it because it's trained on natural language. It's looking for meaning, not just repetition.
Okay, so this gets really interesting, especially for GEO. Many of the big tools like GoogleAI, Overviews, Perplexity,
Right.
they use something called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Yes. RAG. Understanding this is absolutely key.
So what does it mean for us practically?
Okay, think of it in steps. First, retrieval. You ask a question. The AI queries its index, think the whole web for documents that are semantically relevant. Not just keyword matches, but related in meaning.
Got it. Finds relevant stuff.
Then augmentation. It takes information from those documents it retrieved and uses it to enhance its own built-in knowledge. This is super important. It grounds the answer in external, often real-time data.
Helps avoid those weird AI mistakes, the hallucinations.
Exactly. It keeps it factual, hopefully. And finally, generation. The LLM puts it all together into a coherent conversational answer.
So for GEO, the main goal is
Become a citable source in that first retrieval phase. If your content isn't authoritative enough to get picked up then, it doesn't matter how good it is later. It won't influence the final output.
okay. And that leads right back to EEAT, doesn't it? Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness.
Absolutely. We've talked about it before, but in this ARG world, it's even more critical. With AI able to generate plausible text so easily, these EEAT signals, They're not just nice to haves anymore.
They're prerequisites.
They really are. AI models need these signals like detailed author bios, original data, citing credible sources, positive brand mentions to even consider your content credible. It's a foundation.
Without it, you're basically building on quicksand.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay. So with that understanding of how these AI systems work and what they value, let's dive into those critical mistakes, the things we absolutely need to avoid to conquer AI search.
Let's do it. The first major misstep, and it's one we still see surprisingly often.
Let me guess. Keyword stuffing.
You got it. Mistake 1. Keyword stuffing in a semantic world. It's just obsolete. Trying to load pages with keywords, repeating terms unnaturally, blocks of text that make no sense.
It just feels spammy, even to a human reader. Why is AI so down on it?
Because, as we said, AI performs deep semantic analysis. It understands meaning, context. It's trained on natural human language patterns. Keyword stuffed text sounds robotic, forced. It screams low quality to the AI.
So the AI is thinking, this isn't helpful. This is just trying to game me.
Exactly. The AI's goal is to answer the user's query well. Stuffed content fails that basic test. It's not just ignored, it's often seen as a negative signal.
And the consequences go beyond just not showing up in the AI answer.
Absolutely. You risk severe penalties from Google, algorithmic, or even manual, big ranking drops, maybe even getting kicked out of the index entirely.
Yikes.
And specifically for GEO, it guarantees exclusion from things like Google AI overviews. But maybe most importantly, it damages your brand. It tells users you care more about gaming the system than helping them. That kills trust.
Okay, so that's clearly a dead end. What's the right way forward? The strategic response.
Number 1, write for humans first, algorithm second. If it doesn't provide genuine value and insight to a person, it won't work for AI either.
Makes sense.
Second, embrace semantic keyword clusters. Think topic clusters. Cover a core topic and related subtopics comprehensively. That mirrors how AI actually understands subjects.
So broader context, not just isolated keywords.
Precisely. Third, leverage conversational and long-tail keywords. People are asking AI full questions, longer prompts. Think about those 13-word average prompts versus 2 to 4 words in traditional search.
Right. Match how people actually talk to these things.
And finally, maintain a natural keyword density. Maybe 1–2% for your main terms, but only where it adds value and sounds natural. Read it out loud. If it sounds forced, change it.
Simple test, but effective. Okay, that covers keyword stuffing. What's mistake number 2? You called it the volume trap.
Yes, mistake 2. Neglecting the long-tail opportunity, the volume trap. This is about obsessing over those big, high-volume head keywords, like just shoes.
Chasing the biggest possible audience.
Right. But in doing so, you ignore the much more specific, lower-volume long-tail queries, like best waterproof trail running shoes for overpronation.
Which sounds like someone who actually knows what they want.
Exactly. And generative AI is brilliant at handling these long-tail queries. It understands the conversational nature, the detailed context.
And the intent is much clearer, right?
Absolutely. That trail running shoes person is much closer to buying than the shoes person. AI recognizes these high-intent signals. Plus, think about Google AI. Overviews studies show they trigger for informational pages almost all the time.
And long-tail queries are often those complex informational needs.
Precisely. They're looking for nuanced answers, which AI is designed to synthesize.
So if you fall into this volume trap, focusing only on the big keywords, what happens?
You miss out on a huge chunk of high conversion traffic. The combined volume of all those specific long-tail searches is massive. You're leaving leads on the table.
And probably spending a fortune competing for those broad terms.
Immense competition, yeah. It's often inefficient.
So how do we strategically capture this long-tail goldmine?
First, intent-based query mining. Don't just rely on traditional keyword tools. Look at Google's People Also Ask. Dig into Reddit threads, check Quora. Find the actual questions people are asking.
Get inside their heads.
Exactly. Then, develop those topic clusters we mentioned. Pillar pages for broad topics. Cluster pages for the specific long-tail questions, all linked strategically.
Build a web of knowledge.
Right. And crucially, structure for answer-first content. Get the direct answer right up front, often in the first paragraph. Use those long-tail queries as your headings, H2s, H3s. Make it scannable with lists and tables.
Easy for the AI to grab the key info.
Perfect. And finally, optimize for prompt completeness. Think ahead. What's the logical next question someone would ask? Answer that within the same content. Become the one-stop resource.
Create that comprehensive piece the AI wants to serve up. Okay, 2 mistakes down. What's number 3? You said this one is maybe the most common.
I think it is, and possibly the most damaging for businesses trying to adapt. Mistake 3, optimizing without measurement, navigating blind.
Flying blind. Implementing all these GEO strategies, but not actually tracking if they work.
Exactly. Or worse, relying solely on old school metrics like organic sessions or click-through rates. These just don't give you the full picture anymore.
Why not? What's changed that makes those old KPIs less relevant?
Well, several big things. First, the rise of zero-click surfaces. AI overviews, chatbots, they often give the full answer right there. The user gets what they need without ever clicking through to your site.
So clicks and bounce rate, they don't measure influence in those cases.
Not at all. Second, there's the black box issue with LLMs. You often can't get direct performance data from inside ChatGPT or other platforms. No impression counts, no rankings in the traditional sense.
You can't easily see how you're doing inside the AI.
Right. And third, attribution is way more complex. Someone might see your brand cited in an AI answer, not click, but then search for your brand later or go directly to your site. Standard attribution models completely miss that initial touch point.
So if you're navigating blind like this, the consequences must be pretty bad.
They are. You can't justify the investment in GEO, so maybe you give up too soon. You misallocate resources because you don't know what's actually working.
And you fail to adapt because you don't even see the landscape changing around you.
Exactly. It's dangerous.
Okay, so how do we measure GEO effectively? What should companies be tracking now?
It has to be a hybrid measurement framework. You need multiple angles. First, try to isolate and track AI-driven referral traffic in your analytics. This needs careful setup, maybe using rejects to identify traffic from platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google's AI features, etc. We'll put a sample reject string in the show notes. It's complex, but vital.
Okay, so capture what direct traffic you can attribute. What else?
Monitor and benchmark proxy metrics. Keep a close eye on things like direct traffic and branded search volume. Increases there can be strong indicators that your GEO efforts are building brand awareness, even without direct clicks.
So, indirect signals of success.
Right. Then implement qualitative monitoring. Do manual checks. Search for your brand on these platforms. See where you're mentioned, what the sentiment is. Also add, how did you hear about us? Field to your forms. Self-reported attribution can be gold.
Actually ask people. Novel idea.
Sometimes the simple things work. And fourth, start adopting emerging GEO KPIs. Things like AI citation count, how often are you cited? Attribution rate, what percentage of relevant answers include your brand? Chunk retrieval frequency, how often are specific pieces of your content pulled by RG systems?
These sound more specific to the AI interaction itself.
They are. And finally, this requires cross-functional collaboration. Marketing needs to talk to sales, needs to talk to customer service. Everyone needs to share insights to get the full picture.
It's a team effort. Okay, this measurement piece is huge, but it brings up another critical point. If AI is pulling info, how do we ensure it's true? Which leads us to mistake number 4.
Exactly. Mistake 4. Propagating unverified information, the crisis of credibility. This is a huge one. It's when organizations just take what an LLM generates, stats, facts, data, and publish it without checking. Assuming if the AI said it confidently, it must be right.
Which we know isn't always the case.
Far from it. This creates a dual threat. First, you have straight-up AI hallucinations. The AI just makes stuff up. Incorrect facts, non-existent sources, bizarre recommendations.
The churros as surgical tools example.
Exactly. But second, and maybe more insidious, are citation loops or AI echo chambers.
What does that mean?
It's where misinformation gets amplified and starts to look legitimate. An AI hallucinates a fact. Someone publishes it online without verifying. It gets indexed by search engines. Now it's part of the web data. Other AIs get trained on it or retrieve it via RAG.
And then cite it as if it's a real source, reinforcing the original falsehood.
Precisely. It's a really vicious cycle that launders misinformation.
Scary stuff. But why do AIs do this? Why generate falsehoods?
It goes back to how they work. They're probabilistic text generators, predicting the next likely word based on patterns in their training data. They're not databases recalling facts. Hallucinations happen when a sequence of words is statistically plausible but factually wrong.
And their training data, the internet, is full of errors and biases to begin with.
Exactly. Training data pollution is a major factor.
So for a brand making this mistake, the consequences must be catastrophic.
Absolutely. Massive reputational damage, especially if you're in a field dealing with health or finance, your money or your life sectors.
Huge legal and compliance risks there.
Definitely. You also contribute to the wider problem of misinformation online. And from a GEO standpoint, publishing falsehoods will eventually hurt you. You could get penalized, de-indexed, or excluded from AI answers as untrustworthy.
It's just not worth a shortcut. So how do we fight this? How do we maintain integrity?
The mantra has to be trust but verify. First, prioritize human-in-the-loop review. Always. Have a human check any AI-assisted content before it goes live. Period.
Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Second, implement a rigorous fact-checking protocol. Cross-reference claims with primary authoritative sources. Think academic databases, government websites, established scientific journals. Verify every single citation the AI provides. Does the source exist? Does it actually say what the AI claims? Is the information current?
That takes time, but it sounds essential.
It is. And for specialized topics, get sign-off from a subject matter expert, SME. Third, use AI tools to assist, not replace judgment. AI content detectors can flag potentially problematic content. AI fact-checking aids can help find sources to check, but the final call needs to be human.
Use AI to help the human checker be more efficient.
Exactly. And finally, a powerful long-term strategy. Invest in original data. Conduct your own research, run surveys, analyze your internal data, generate unique, unpolluted insights. This establishes your brand as a primary source of truth. A defensive moat.
Become the source others cite, not just the citer. Okay, 4 down. What's the 5th and final critical mistake?
Mistake 5. Employing a scattergun platform strategy. The one-size-fits-all error. This is treating all generative AI platforms, Google AI Overviews, ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc., as if they're the same. Thinking one piece of content will work equally well everywhere.
Which sounds logical on the surface, but you're saying it's wrong. Why? Aren't they all just AI answering questions?
They are, but they have different goals, different underlying mechanics, and crucially, they source their information differently. A really revealing study looked at 30 million citations over about a year.
Okay, what does it find?
Stark differences. ChatGPT, for example, heavily relies on Wikipedia. Almost half, 47.9% of its citations came from there. It also uses Reddit, 11.3%, and established news sources. It clearly values that encyclopedic, structured, vetted information.
Interesting. What about Google?
Google AI Overviews, much more diverse. Its top source was actually Reddit, 21%, followed by YouTube and Quora. Wikipedia was only 5.7%. So Google seems to emphasize user-generated content, community discussions, maybe more timely info.
Wow, completely different profile. And Perplexity.
PerplexityAI showed the strongest preference for community content. Reddit was the source for a massive 46.7% of its citations. It really aims for those direct, current, community-vetted answers.
Okay, so they're fundamentally looking in different places for their answers. That's huge.
It is, and if you're just creating generic content hoping it hits all of them,
You're probably not optimizing effectively for any of them.
exactly. It leads to wasted resources, total inefficiency. You fail to build real credibility on any single platform because your efforts are spread too thin.
And competitors who are focusing their strategy on a specific platform will likely outperform you there.
Precisely. You cede ground. It's like trying to be a jack of all trades in the Olympics. You won't win any gold medals.
So ditch the scattergun. What's the strategic alternative?
Be strategic, be sequential, be data-driven. Step 1. Audit, analyze, and select a primary target. Look at your audience. Which platforms are they actually using for the kinds of questions relevant to you? Look at your strengths. Are you great at detailed, factual content? Maybe target ChatGPT via Wikipedia. Or better at community engagement? Target Perplexity Google via Reddit Quora. Choose one platform to master first.
Focus. Okay, step 2.
Step 2. Develop a platform-specific authority-building plan. Tailor your tactics, targeting Google AI Overviews. Focus on structured, answer-first content for long-tail queries, build presence on Reddit Core YouTube, nail your EEAT, targeting ChatGPT. The long game is getting cited in Wikipedia. Tough but valuable. Supplement with PR in top news outlets. Targeting Perplexity. Go deep on Reddit, become a genuine expert in relevant subreddits, answer questions, participate authentically. For local businesses, focus on reviews too.
So really specific plans based on the target platform's behavior.
Exactly. Step 3. Perfect. Measure and then expand. Execute your single platform plan for a set period, maybe a quarter or two. Use that hybrid measurement framework we talked about to track progress, citations, proxy metrics, see what works. Then, once you have a proven model, you can strategically expand to optimize for a second platform.
Focus, execute, measure, learn, then expand. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so bringing this all together, avoiding these 5 mistakes, what does that really mean for successful generative engine optimization going forward?
It means embracing a holistic long-term view built on, I think, 5 key pillars. First, intent-driven content, moving beyond keywords to truly answer user needs.
Second.
Verifiable authority, demonstrating EEAT, creating original data, being trustworthy.
Third.
Hybrid measurement, tracking influence and citations, not just clicks.
Fourth.
Integrity, rigorous fact-checking, avoiding misinformation at all costs.
And fifth.
Focus, adopting that platform-specific strategy, not the scattergun.
Okay, that's a great summary. And the report we've been drawing from actually lays out an action plan, right?
It does, a consolidated 7-step GEO action plan. It starts with nailing the SEO basics, then conducting a GEO readiness audit for your specific situation.
Then defining your primary platforming KPIs like we just discussed.
Exactly, followed by developing an intent-driven long-tail content strategy and re-architecting content for machine readability structures, schema, etc.
And then executing that platform-specific authority-building campaign.
And finally, critically, implementing a content governance and fact-checking workflow to maintain integrity.
It's a comprehensive roadmap.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier, this isn't just about winning today.
No, this is crucial preparation for what's coming next. The rise of agentic AI.
Agentic AI, AI systems that don't just answer questions, but actually do things.
Exactly. Systems that will autonomously research options, compare vendors, make complex decisions, maybe even make purchases for the user. They'll be like super-powered research assistants or procurement agents.
Wow. So the stakes get even higher.
Much higher. And in that future, the brand that has consistently built its reputation as the most trusted, the most authoritative, the most verifiable, and the most machine-readable source of truth.
That's the brand that AI agents will prefer, the one they'll trust to act upon.
Precisely. You're essentially optimizing to be the go-to source for these future automated systems.
So investing in solid GEO practices today, avoiding these mistakes, it really is an investment in securing your place in the automated economy of tomorrow.
It absolutely is. It's about building that foundational trust, not just with humans, but with the AI systems that will increasingly mediate our interactions.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening, what stands out most to you about this evolving landscape? How will avoiding these mistakes change your approach? Lots to think about. And that wraps up today's episode of Conquer AI Search and Season 1. Thanks so much for tuning in.
It's been a fantastic season. If you enjoyed the conversation today or any episode this season, please make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you're listening: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Music, or right here on YouTube.
And hey, if you got value out of this deep dive into GEO mistakes, maybe consider liking the video or leaving us a rating or review. It genuinely helps us reach more listeners like you who are navigating this AI shift.
Definitely. And keep an eye out for Season 2 of the Conquer AI Search podcast. The best way to stay updated is to follow AI Monitor's official page on LinkedIn, our YouTube page, and our Instagram. We'll announce the Season 2 launch there. Thanks again for listening.